So I'm about to start watching season 3 episode 8 of Primal, and honestly, I have no idea what this episode is going to tell me, how this episode is going to go. It is about to be Frankenstein zombie caveman versus vampire caveman that the descriptive of this episode says is from a tribe that has been lost through time. How is it going to go? How is Spear going to survive? I don't know. It's just part of the introspective adventure. Who knows? Let's find out. I'm now 5 minutes in, and I guess this episode isn't going to be fully about this battle because it ends so quickly. And I thought he was just the only person that was from this tribe there, but no, there's a lot of people from this tribe there. It was actually a ceremonial battle to see who was going to be king. It was this random person, I guess the strongest person from the tribe, versus Spear. They forced Spear to be in this, and who was going to fight for the crown. And just like every battle that took place this season, everybody thought they had the upper hand until they were like, oh, he's a zombie. This didn't kill him because he's not alive. And so Spear quickly got the upper hand and defeated this opponent. I guess it's now King Spear now. What is this gonna lead to? I don't know. Is this a weird introspective thing, or are they just doing a one-off episode? Is he just going to be a king now because there's only a couple of episodes left? I'm now about 9 minutes into the episode, and man, I wish this was one of the episodes that I could follow better, but looking at this, I have no idea what's going on. From what it seems like, this village is very big on this battle thing. Even if they didn't believe this was going to happen, they have quickly accepted Spear as their new king, and I guess they're showing him the ropes. They're showing him all the different places, the entire people. They're all bowing down to him, and the wise man is taking him further to the volcano. Now this volcano, which is giving him PTSD-like flashbacks to when he died. And there's this weird, I can only assume sage guy that's over there with this ladle. He gets this liquid and he's going to feed it to Spear. And this is one of the times I wish I rewatched the first 2 seasons before watching season 3, because now we're starting to get flashbacks that I don't have the most memory of. Spear was having some flashbacks of drinking some liquid and then hulking him out, basically acting as some sort of steroid. So he quickly accepts this. I thought he was gonna remember what happened and it'd be like he doesn't want anything to do with it. But no, he accepts it, and for a second, I thought he was going to, like, regain flesh and everything was going to start healing up, but really, it just seems like it hulked him out. Veins started popping out, flesh started moving around a bit, and he looks bigger. So I just assume it hulked him out, and that's the extent of it. But maybe he also regained a consciousness, and he can move this zombie body around more fluidly. For discussion's sake, I'm going to assume that he's able to move around better, but also, I don't think it really matters that much because he hasn't really been doing the whole zombie walk, zombie stare stuff since meeting back up with Fang and Mira and the rest of his family. So, like, really, he could already have regained some form of consciousness up until this point. I am now 14 minutes into this episode, and I think I can explain what's going on with Spear a little bit better. Think of this like Pokemon. So once you make it through the Pokemon League and you defeat the champion, you are now then crowned the new champion, and being the new champion, you stay there and you take on any up-and-coming challengers that approach you, no matter who, from where. You're now the new champion and you gotta take on every other challenger that approaches. That's basically what's going on with Spear now. He is now the new king, and with being the new king, he now has to accept these challenges between any fighters that want to come and take the crown. And because this is past time, he can't sit there and think, wait, I don't want to do this. Just because I'm your new champion doesn't mean I had to abide by your rules. He just passively accepts it, and now he fights on every up-and-coming challengers, including this tribe of blockheads that wanted to come and have their best fighter come and attack him. But something more sinister is happening within here as well. It's seeming like he's getting a little addicted to the drinks, the buffs it's giving him, and he's getting ready for the fights a bit more. I'm starting to worry that he's going to become addicted to this way of life. Is Spear going to be stuck like this? You know, I've said this a couple of times throughout this series review of Primal. I said he feels like the embodiment of the word primal at times. And I think drinking these fluids and getting this aggressive buff towards his nature is making him more primalistic. It's making him feel less spear and more like the caveman we saw in that Darwin episode. It feels like we're watching the downfall of somebody we once knew get addicted to some strong stuff, and now we're watching him relish in this new way of life. But at the same time, new life is coming to the picture. That's right, Mira has given birth to their child. And not very surprisingly actually, Fang adores this new child and welcomes a new addition to this random family. And honestly speaking, I'm assuming Fang sees this child as Zombie Spirit saw that cricket, where he kind of imprinted Fang's likeness onto that cricket. I think Fang had imprinted Spear's likeness onto the baby the minute he saw that Mira was pregnant. So even if Zombie Spear is here now, he can be like, that doesn't make any sense because the new Spear is in there already, in the oven, ready to come out. You're not Spear, you're this weird abomination of a creature. Stop playing with me. And I think that's kinda what I'm getting at. I don't really know, maybe I'm thinking about it too hard. That's the point of videos also. Okay, I've now seen the rest of episode 8, and I can honestly say that there was a lot more character growth that happened in this episode than I thought. I thought this entire episode was going to emphasize the points of Spear getting addicted to the action of battle and the drugs he was taking, basically. And for the most part, that's kind of what it was, but at the same time this was going on, Mira was having these dreams that he was in this battle for some reason. I guess you can say their souls are linked, their spirits are intertwined, their fates are destined to be connected to each other or something like that. No matter what else goes on in this world, no matter who they end up looking like, no matter what they become, they are connected. And after all of these battles, all that's said and done, Spear sitting at the top of this rock, acting like he's the big boss with fruit all at the bottom of him, he's still thinking about Mira, and that's all he's thinking about, with a big blank expression on his stupid face. So you know what he decides to do? He decides to go see her. And I don't know if this is a good thing or not, because it's really seeming like they're living two entirely different lives at this point. She is a bit more civilized. She is living in her house. She now gave birth to her child. She should really be focusing on that, and that's probably what Fang wants her to do. Focus on that. Her man's dead. She should just live with that fact. But no, Spear goes to see her. Thankfully, they were asleep at the time, but this was his first glance at his newborn child, and that blank expression on his face turned into a big stupid grin, big stupid quickly. And I can't hate on a big goofy expression from Spear. It's charming. It's honestly really charming. The only thing I don't get is if you went all the way over there, why did you run when noise started to be made? Was it because you didn't want her to see you? Was it because you didn't want the rest of the village to see you? You didn't want Fang to see you? I'm confused by your quickness to run away. You were smart enough to sneak in there. I think if she was the first to wake up, it'd be fine. You guys would talk. But maybe Spear's smarter than I thought, and he figured that if he were to cause a ruckus and everybody was to see him with Mira, they would think that Mira is the enemy as well, or maybe Mira would accidentally get caught in the crossfire. I don't know, but maybe he's doing this to protect her and the child. I really don't know. But either way, him sneaking away on that loud pterodactyl awoke two people, Mira and Fang. Mira went to go find the map and is now on the hunt to figure out where Spear is. Is she going to take her baby with her? I don't know. Is she going to leave a babysitter there? I don't know. Fang looks up, hears the pterodactyl. He gets angry. I think he smells Spear there. He smells his rotting flesh, and she gets angry. I don't know why she doesn't like Zombie Spear, but this fight is about to happen. This fight that they have been teasing throughout this entire season, it feels like this last half of the 5 episodes. She is finally going to get her hands on this Zombie Spear, and they're either going to make up at the end, or they're gonna fight to the death. I think one thing is a lot more likely to happen than the other. I think they actually might fight to the death. And that would be very, very sad, but a fitting ending to Primal, honestly speaking.
So fight and fight.